welcome to another video review. This is the Iron Factory IF EX-70 Drill of Amduscias, or as most of us probably call him, Drillhorn. For the rest of this, I'm going to call him Drillhorn because that's a long name. So anyway, you can see him there in front of the box along with his, horn breast. Yeah, and we'll go ahead and put them off to the side real quick and look at said box. And yeah, you can see it is a fairly typical Iron Factory box. You know, fairly wide. You got the kind of dot pattern here. You got the figure right here. You got a little Liokaiser right there in the background in gray. You got Iron Factory up here, Iron Factory 2024 up here because, you know, they kind of gave up on this coming out. It's supposed to come out 2022. You got here, you got another picture of Drillhorn there. You got a picture of Drillhorn there on this side. On the bottom, you have Iron Factory's logo barcode and some copyrights and some warnings and all that stuff. And on the back, you have some product shots. And hey, look, he's this, you know, he's the left leg of Liokaiser and all that stuff. And a little QR code if you want that. I believe that might be their Weibo. Their social media in China. So there's that. It also comes with little instructions, which are not the greatest, not the worst, but there's definitely one aspect they don't really do a good job of conveying, and I'll get into that a little bit. Drillhorn. Yeah, you can see there. Yeah, Spear of Amduscias, or yeah, Drillhorn here. Yeah, you can see he is a blue guy with a lot of white bits and stuff. Yeah, you can see, yeah, he's got a, well, kind of a rhino-esque head with a horn and everything, a little pink eyes detailed. You got silver face with, I guess, they look kind of pinkish actually. But yeah, you got the blue with the white chest piece, although this is removable. This comes this way in the box, but it's removable. You can see actually a bit of detailing underneath. You know, you got some little, like gray, I don't know, things. I don't know what they are. There's little circles there, but yeah. And of course, a big old hole right there. But yeah, you got mostly blue going all the way down. You got a bit of yellow on the kneecaps and some white there on the shins and all that stuff. You got his tank treads kind of, you know, chilling out in the back, like all of them in the drill. Yeah, his backpack is kind of a little messy, shall we say. Like, there's a lot there. It doesn't tab in or anything. It just kind of sits there like that. So it's a little disappointing as it is, but, you know, there's that. And as for the little dude, yeah, horn breast, I don't think they gave him a name in the Iron Factory, so we're going to use the official one. Again, he's just a little white rhino with pink eyes and little kind of gunmetal grayish feet. Very small guy. There's not a lot to him. That's some close-up stuff. But yeah, as a whole, he looks pretty all right. Again, I'm kind of wish these folded away better in some way. Either just tabbed to something tabbed into another thing. I'd prefer that, but as it has, they just kind of, as it is, they just kind of hang loose. Also, mine does a weird thing. His waist always wants to twist off to his left, okay, a little bit. And I don't know what that's about. No matter what I do, it just never seems like he's sitting straight. It always feels like he's slightly off kilter no matter what I do. So that's a bit of an annoyance, to be honest. Just a little bit of one. But nothing too egregious. The other thing, like, out of the box, his head was just floating around in the box. What happened was, in the box, what happened is, the glue. The glue they used to keep the head held together, they only put some glue on the top part of the head. You can see there's a seam line right here. You can see, yeah, there's a seam line right here. They only put glue in the top part. So the bottom part had no glue in it, and it was just kind of, because of that, it doesn't hold onto the ball joint very securely. So it often pops off in packaging and whatnot, and well, when you're trying to move it around, it'll pop off really easily. So the solution to that is just pull it apart, you know, ripping apart the glue inside there. It's already, and just add little dots of glue on the top and bottom just to hold it, make it hold, and then hold it together. And once, you know, once it's dried out, you pop it back on the ball joint. It should be a lot more solid. As it was very loose on the ball joint and came off really easily. But now it still moves, but it's dead solid. So just something you probably fix out of the box. Have to fix out of the box. But yeah, he does quite a few accessories. Quite a few. Trying to decide how to handle this. So yeah, first thing is, well, actually, the first thing I would say is, well, that this thing is the kind of the fake chest thing. Yeah, because it's one of those breast force, breast master things, or, you know, breast force. I believe. This is the fake one. You can see this little rhino horn. And right there, the cool thing is this guy can, well, change into the real thing if you want. So yeah, to do that. That's pretty straightforward. Gets this gray piece moved out of the way. Get the head kind of tucked away like this. And then just kind of take the legs and just fold them up. These legs first, then these legs, I believe, if I remember correctly. Yeah. Yeah, like that. And those fold away, folded up like that. And then make sure this peg right here is kind of tucked away like this. And this peg's sticking out like this now. And this will just peg in like this. So if you want the real thing, you can have the transforming, you know, chest piece like he did originally. It's not amazing looking. I actually, overall, as visual, I prefer this. It looks a lot better, but, you know, it's actually not too bad. So you can have, you know, you can do the real thing or the fake thing, whichever if you want. So there's that. Now, as far as weapons go, he does have quite a few. He's got the gun, because this guy can transform into a gun as well, which is pretty straightforward. He's got the gun. He's got a spear, a double-sided spear. And he's got a couple of drills. And, well, he's got this big old staff thing, but this is actually more for the combined mode. Apparently, all combined we're going to get a big old scythe, which is weird because the Liokaiser never used a scythe. But you know who did? I believe it was Dino King, wasn't it? Yeah. Who knows? Maybe they're hinting at something in the future. But yeah, as you can see, there's no fist holes. But good news is it's Iron Factory, so of course it comes with a bunch of extra hands, including, yes, this is the accessory holding hands right here. You can see they're open and everything. So you got those. You have big old open hands right. Oop, come on, there we go. Big old, you know, open hands right here. They're pretty open like that. And you have these, what was it? I guess he's kind of like open, like karate chop hands looking things, although they're kind of a bit of an angle. Show off those in a little bit. He also has this, the rude gesture hand. This is more for Kill Bison, but, you know, he comes with it too, because why not, I guess. And he also has these little adapter pieces right here. Now, swapping the hands is pretty straightforward. They're just on little ball joints, so you just pop the hand off, put another hand on, and there you go. You can hold his gun. It's a square peg thing, but, you know, slides in eventually if it doesn't get caught on stuff on the way down. It slides in, you know. You can hold his gun, no problem. Or this will come out. Very snug in there. You have the spear here. You can just pop off either end. They both come off, so it's either end. You just, you know, slide it in. And as you probably saw in the thumbnail, yeah, he can hold this with both hands at the same time, which is good. You can do that. Hold the spear. Yeah, the other thing is, yeah, the chest, the horn breast here can also transform. This is pretty straightforward. You just take this and move this out, and there's that little peg. The tail of the rhino becomes a gun barrel. So, you know, just plug that in the hand again if it cooperates, and now he's got the correct thing. It becomes a gun and everything. If you like, there's that. So yeah, and swapping the hand, yeah, again, just straightforward stuff right there. You have you see what I mean by that hand? Yeah, it's kind of weird. Like, I'm not sure why that hand's molded like that, but sure, why not? Yeah, there's that. So yeah, for the drills, what you do is you take any hand off. What you do is these go on. Yeah, see these little adapter pieces. You can see right here. This bit right here goes over the ball joint bit. Once you fold this in, you fold the hand panel in as if for transformation, and then you put this over the ball joint. Bit of a pain, to be honest. There you go. Put that over the ball joint, and then this peg right here will go into a little peg hole on the drill. And that's how he has a drill hand. So that's pretty cool. Right there. And yeah, all the hands are pretty swappable, easy enough to swap. And yeah, they're pretty easy to swap. Now, for transformation, just so you know, let's see, I'm trying to remember. The closed fists, the accessory holding hands, yeah, the closed fists, you know. So the closed fists, the accessory holding hands, are pretty much the only ones that can work with transformation. The, I guess, rude gesture hand can kind of work, but like the finger head kind of gets a little bit more. I feel like the finger's pressing right up against stuff in such a way that I'm worried about it kind of getting stressed over time. So I wouldn't recommend it, but it does kind of fit. So yeah, that's your lot when it comes to the hands and transformation is simply, yeah, closed fist or either the closed fists or the weapon holding hands. That's pretty much the only ones that will work with transformation. Every other hand will not work. I tested them all myself. So there's that. Now, as for posability, first I'm going to do this guy, just get him transformed again. But yeah, posability for this guy is, well, you can pretty much see it all when you transform it, which is, yeah. You have... Yeah, so for posability for this guy, you do have the head can look up and down a bit. All the legs are all in ball joints, so you got forward and back on all the legs, and a little tiny bit of outward and a little bit of wiggle like that. And the tail is also on a hinge, and there you go. And that's pretty much your lot for him. Now, as for Drillhorn himself, the head, ball joint, so left to right, up and down, waggle. There's also a hinge it's on, so you can adjust where it sits a little bit. The shoulders are on ball joints, so you got forward and back rotation. You got forward and back rotations all the way. Well, would be all around from the back. You do have outward, although it only goes this far on the ball joint, but you do have the hinge there as well, so you can get full outward. You can use that hinge to adjust things, and with the ball joint, you can also adjust the angle of the arm right there. You do have a bicep swivel. You do have a double jointed hinge elbows. I believe it's double jointed, but it's kind of weird because of the way it works. So you have to you have to bend the lower hinge, then the upper hinge to be able to get that full amount of curl, but you can do it. So yeah, lower hinge first, then upper hinge. The fists, of course, are on ball joints. So you got rotation and a little tiny bit of waggle. Not a whole lot because of the fist, how the fists are shaped though. So it's that. You can adjust the backpack on these hinges if you want, but you have the waist swivel. As usual, you have an ab crunch. If this isn't on there, you have even more ab crunch. You get full 90 degrees of ab crunch if the plate's not on there. I believe also the breast animal gets a slightly less in the way as well. And then down here at the hips, the hip skirts are kind of connected together, but they do get out of the way like this. So you got about that much forward on the hips. You got that much back. Outward is all the way as well. You got the thigh swivel. You do have a double jointed knee, so you get quite a bit of curl at the knee. And the feet, you got the toes are on ball joints. So you got, the kind of the tilt, and you have up and down, mostly up due to the hinge there, and you got a little bit down if you use the ball joint. You got down, and of course you do have, well, that's pretty much it really. At the back here, the heel, you do have the heel can go up and down a little bit, but doesn't really seem to help much. Just mostly makes it either work or not. So just FYI on that. So yeah, there's articulation. Now, as for some comparisons, standing nicely. Yeah, as for comparisons, so here he is with Iron Factory's Brawl, just to give you an idea size-wise there. About the same height. Brawl's a bit chunkier overall, though. And not on the same scale at all, but this is the only other Liokaiser thing I have. I don't have TFC Hades. I don't have an original. But I do have the Combiner Wars version, and I'll do as many of these I can, because I know there's two members which won't really get a nice comparison, but hey, there's that. And I'm not going to show this till the final combined mode, but Death Source, apparently, that has a lot of Death Source by sheer accident or whatever, actually apparently scales really well with the final combined Liokaiser based off people's measurements. So we'll show that off later. But yeah, of course, the HasLab Death Source will be towering over him as it stands right now. But we'll show them the combined mode, well, him compared. So we'll go ahead and get some transformation. We'll just put him off to the side for now. For sake of ease, I'm going to remove this. You don't have to. You can actually leave either him or the horn breast on for alt mode, but it's easier to get out of the way just because, well, the way you have to transform them. So to do so, first you want to go ahead and kind of get these out on these hinges like this, right? You want to get those out, and then right here you want to bend them forward at the ab crunch right here, and that's what pretty much the only reason you want to the chest off. Bend them forward there, then open up the back like this, and then rotate the head 180, and then just fold it into the cavity here, and make sure you might need to use this hinge a bit right here. There's also a hinge right here. Might need to use that hinge a bit to get the head in there. Yeah. And also when bringing them out, also you might have to do some finagling to get this out of the crevice it's in. But yeah, some people have recommended actually getting them, like getting the head rotated like slightly so you can clear, because there's a little channels right here. So if you get the head rotated a little bit, you can get it out a little easier. So just an FYI when you're going back to robot. So yeah, just pull that in and then bring this down and close it up like that. Then go ahead and you know, bring them back up all the way on the ab crunch. Now the fists, you want to go ahead and collapse those into the arms like so, and like so. Bring that in like that. And then right here on the arms, you want to go ahead and bring them up on those hinges and try to straighten them out against the body. So it looks sitting like that. Now the drill here, you want to bring it around like so and bring it down. There's still tabs here which will kind of go into the little slots right there like that. And then you go ahead and take the cockpit piece and bring it forward against it like there. Now for these pieces, you want to take this panel and use that tab to bring that down like that and down like that. Then you can bring this around, and there's a tab right here which will go into a little slot right here on the side of the chest like that and like that. And these panels will kind of fold up against the bottom of the arms like that. Now the legs. This is the annoying part. Now, first of all, you want to untab the treads here from the back of the leg like that. You want to untap these treads, fold the heel down, and then bring out the treads enough so that you can then go ahead and bring this around like this and get that kind of sitting on an angle for now. Get this panel open. Bring these toes. You want to go ahead and bring those down like that. And this right here, the kneecap, you want to go ahead and rotate that around like this, 180. So it's sitting like that. And then right here, you want to make sure. Now this is the kind of tricky part. There's like multiple, there's the knee hinge and there's another hinge right here. You want to bring this whole thing down, the gray bit right here inside there. You want to bring that fully around. You want it sitting flat. You want that bit kind of sitting flat against the top here. You want that, yeah, so you want that kind of sitting flat like that. But the leg you want down and kind of, it's kind of counterintuitive and really frustrating to get. But yeah, a lot of people are just kind of folding the leg way up, right? What you actually want is the leg to be sitting, if I can get it, yeah. See that how the leg's down? You want the leg down here, like that. And, well, this panel just kind of did itself in, but yeah. You want the leg sitting down here like this and kind of, you know, sitting straight. Or at least it will be sitting straight once that I can get that rotated because there's stuff in the way. But you want it, yeah, you can see where the leg is sitting. It's down here. You want it down as far as possible. And then you can close this panel up right here and then bring the tread over. And there's this tab here, which will go into a little slot right there on the tread. Like so. And you can rotate this and get this, well, on that ball joint and get it all squared away like that. And also, it also might be helpful to just use the ab crunch a little bit just to keep things kind of keep a clearance. Now that's one leg done, mostly. Kind of have to probably straighten out a little bit afterwards. But now the other leg, again, untab that, bring the treads up, collapse the heel piece, unfold the tread, like so, unfold the tread and just kind of bring it out like that. Just get out of the way. Open up this panel, bring down the foot, rotate the kneecap like that, and then bring this down again. Make sure that it goes all the way around. Yeah, bring that all the way around and make sure the leg is somewhat down and collapsed in. If it's not, it's gonna sit funny, and trust me, you do not. It'll be really annoying. Yeah, see the difference? A lot of people wind up having the leg at an angle. You don't want it at an angle like I have right now. You want it sitting like this one. It'd be a bit of a pain. It's kind of counterintuitive is the problem. Part of the problem is just simply you got to get, it's kind of counterintuitive getting the leg sitting properly. And I think I got it. Just now, there we go, got it. And then, well, mostly. Just got to bring it all the way in so that this, there we go, yeah. See, now that leg is sitting properly. Again, bring this over and tab this in. Also, weirdly enough, these side panels come off for no apparent reason, although that doesn't help really at all with the transformation. Anyway, once you do all that, then you can go ahead and bring the legs and tab them together like so. And then, yeah, well, this came untabbed for some reason. Any which way, from there, go ahead and bring it up, and these tabs right here will go into the back part of the tank, and hopefully, and if you have the legs straight, it will sit nice and flush and not push itself apart. And if you don't have it nice and straight, well, it's going to be a pain in your butt. There we go. Yeah, make sure to give it a good, yeah, see, it's all, and of course make the adjustments that's necessary right there. And there we go, it's all sitting nice and straight right now. And there you go, there's Drillhorn in his drill tank mode. And yeah, it's a drill tank. It's basically a box on wheels. I mean, there's a nice little cockpit there with picked out in silver, but like, yeah, it's a box with a drill in the front. There's really not a whole lot going on here. You can see there are no wheels, so there is no rolling. It just slides. The drill does rotate, which is neat. So you have that. The drill does rotate, although it's not freely rotating. It's on friction. There's a friction there. But overall, it's not bad. It's just kind of, there's a lot of trouble getting to this, and really, it's not really worth it. It's like, it's all right, I guess, but yeah, the transformation itself, like the top half, it's no problem really. The head is maybe a little bit an issue going back to robot, but not that big of a deal. The problem is the stupid legs. The way you have to transform is so counterintuitive, and the instructions are really bad at showing you that these legs have to be lying flat. A lot of people wind up having these legs at an angle, because it's easy to get them sitting at an angle, going, oh, that's how it's supposed to go. And the problem is when you do that, the drill tank wants to push itself apart. So you see a lot of pictures out there with this guy where the tank is like kind of, you know, you see the tabs here exposed, the tank's sitting at a funny angle, and like, yeah, it's because people don't have the legs set right. Because, well, how could they know that that's not how it's supposed to be? They just assume, oh, there's just something's wrong with it. Well, it's probably just they're not transforming the legs right because, well, the instructions are terrible at relaying that. So there you go. Again, that's one thing. Like I said, you can, you know, leave that attached in tank mode. Getting it out a little bit. Yeah, you can get that. Leave that attached in tank mode. I believe, just double checking this. I tested this, but now I can't remember what I did. But yeah, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, you can just yeah, leave this in as well. So let's test that. I'm pretty sure the clearance is there. Actually, no. As you can see right there, it's now lifting off. So no, it's not. I forgot. Yeah, that's the problem. So yeah, you can leave the non-transforming chest panel on if you want, but yeah, for the tank mode. But yeah, there's clearance for that, but not for the other thing. And like I said, only the accessory holding hands and the closed fists can work with the transformation. The other ones, there's not enough room. So there you go. Real quick comparisons. Again, here's Iron Factory's Brawl. And pretty similar in size. Brawl's a little wider. You see, Brawl's a little wider. And yeah, they're about the same length. Well, not including drills and guns, but with the gun, actually, they're also still about the same length. So it's that. And here he is with the Combiner Wars Drillhorn. So just yep, you got that comparison. So there you go. Now for combined mode, because all the stuff from combined mode is here, and then they give you the instructions and everything. So for combined mode, what you want to do is pretty straightforward. First, you want to go ahead and take this and untab this and move this back just so you get stuff out of the way. Yeah, you want to move this back a bit because this right here, this hinge will not work with if this is forward. So move that out of the way, and then bring this back around. Bring this around, and then go ahead and collapse it back in once you got a certain point, and just kind of have it sit like that. And then this tread right here, you want to go ahead and untab that and just kind of bring it to the side like that. And and of course, if you have the chest piece off, you have to remove it on. You have to remove the chest piece because it'll be in the way. Now you bring in the leg. Yeah, you bring in the leg itself because yeah, most of the leg is an extra part. And then you just take this, and yeah, there's this tab right, big tab will go between the legs. This tab will go in the treads, and this peg right here will go into the chest piece. Just line that up and get that all lined up, and then just yeah, plug it in. And there you go. That's Liokaiser's left leg. Yeah. Again, this is also the thing. If you don't have the leg set right, it's going to push things out of the way in such a way that you see a lot of bowed drill horns here, where you can see a big old gapping, particularly in this mode. You can kind of get it all squeezed together in tank mode, even if the legs are wrong. But in this mode, it'll really show if you got it transformed right or not. But yeah, it just kind of plugs into the leg, and basically the leg is, well, mostly its own thing, to the point of I'm kind of almost want to blame all those people with 3D printed like filler parts for, basically, oh look, now I can have even more cartoon accurate Bruticus, and just that's what basically Iron Factory probably saw that, oh yeah, okay, people are willing to take that, so yeah, but it just kind of fills it out, and a large chunk of the leg is just, well, an extra piece. So yeah, this combiner is going to be a large chunk of extra pieces with the individual robots kind of plugged in, which means almost certainly people are going to be 3D printing little filler pieces just so, I can have the combined mode and the individual robots display, which I think that's fair enough, but like, I don't know, for me that kind of saps the joy out of it, of the combined mode, which just if you're doing stuff like that. But that's just me. But yeah, overall it looks like a decent leg. It's going to have quite a bit of posability, I can tell you that. One thing is there is just so you know, some people kind of struggle with this, there is a double joint at the knee. The thing is, the second joint is this weird kind of cool transforming joint right there. So on mine, this was really stiff. That's supposed to move on the upper joint like that. Yeah, it's supposed to, this part, our whole thing like kind of do this weird transforming thing for the upper joint. And mine was really stiff the first one that was out of the box. So just an FYI. So if you're having trouble getting that to move, it might take a bit. I had to take a like grip right here and just kind of move this, and eventually got it kind of to unstick. Yeah, it just, on mine, it was just kind of really stuck together, but that's kind of neat. I won't get into posability in the leg mode right now, just because, well, I'll do that in the final combined video. But again, like I said, there's a lot here, which has me very high hopes for the final combined mode, whatever that may be. Another thing is, some people complain about this bit, like, can you retransform it? And the answer is kind of. It won't actually tab back in. You can kind of fold it back down, but then you lose the lower knee. So just an FYI, yeah, this is out of the way for the sake of the knee bend. But if you really don't want it sticking out like that, you can kind of get it back in like that, but it's not going to sit pretty. So just so you know. And as for weapons storage or what have you, some people have figured out just connecting. You can kind of get these guys like attached like with this, where they kind of fits just almost perfectly in this ball joint socket. So if you really want these like stored somewhere on the combined mode, you can, at least for this guy so far. I can't figure out anywhere to put like the fake one or the gun, again, unless of course you use that same thing, and even then it's not super secure. For some reason this kind of just holds in real secure. Well, not real secure, but somewhat securely. So there's that. I won't do a combined mode comparison. Again, combined mode comparisons will be in the final combined mode video, because, yeah, overall, it seems like this guy, again, is going to be, overall, Liokaiser going to be in scale with the HasLab Deathsaurus, and he's going to be probably a bit taller than the Iron Factory's previous combiners. It might be closer to the other Legend scale combiners we got going on right now. So, we'll see how that works out. But, yeah, that is the Drill of Amduscias. Pretty straightforward, that. He's pretty good overall. The transformation is kind of annoying, mostly because of the legs. The final combined mode for me is a little bit on the disappointing side, just because it's like so much of it is just, extra part. Like most of the leg is an extra part and not the robot, but it's not the end of the world, and it still looks really good, so I'm still going to go in on it, because also I just really want a new Liokaiser some way or another. But it is pretty solid for what you're getting. The robot the mode itself is pretty good looking. The only thing is, like, the backpack just kind of floats in the back, so some people might be annoyed by that. And there you go. Transformation is probably the most annoying bit on the whole thing. So he's worth a look, at least if you want a new Liokaiser, particularly in the Legend scale. But so far, this is all we're getting so far for a new Liokaiser. I mean, other than that, it's G1, TFC Hades, and the Combiner Wars version, which, well, G1's really difficult to get, and, well, if you do get one, hey, guess what? One will probably break. TFC's is kind of lacking for a lot of people now, because the N30 is made for the old generation scale, and Combiner Wars again doesn't have the people that everyone, it doesn't have 6 members, only 5, so there's that whole thing. So yeah, I'm rambling, but he's pretty good. And he was how much did he cost me? $40 something from Shozi. Yeah, somewhere in the neighborhood of $50 from like Shozi. So like that's a decent amount considering what you're getting. It's a decent price, so consider checking him out. So that's it for this video. I hope you found it informative or entertaining. Hope you like, comment, subscribe. Check out my social medias down in the description and at the end of the video. Check out my Ko-fi and my Patreon. I shall see you next time with another video review.